Hello and welcome to Empty Epsilon Scenario Scripting Introduction. I'm just going to dive right in. So the first line we have here is name, and this is what's going to show up in the list of buttons that you can click to select a scenario. The description line shows up once you've selected that scenario and shows you on the right what it is about. The type puts the appropriate category, so when you start you select from various categories, and then we would select the intro. These first two functions, init and update, typically you want to have them in every scenario. Now, I'm just going to save this because the text editor that I use does some color formatting. Once I save it, you name your scenarios, scenario underscore and a number. I usually do 99 for my testing things. I also need the Lua extension so that the editor knows what kind of file it is. Now, this would be just a plain scenario if that's all we had. Let's at least put a player spaceship in there. Now, you can't just have a player spaceship by itself. You do have to select what kind of template. The first one on the list is Atlantis, so we'll just use that. And I will save this, and I will launch the Empty Epsilon game, start server, and you actually click that twice, and you'll see you click development, we have the intro, which is what I just made, and you can see this description, the introduction to scenario. Now we move on, and you can see there's the ship. If we look at the game master screen, voila, we have a scenario. Of course, it doesn't do anything because all you have is a player ship there. So let's add a little bit more. So we'll put in an enemy spaceship or a CPU ship. We'll put in an adder Mark V, and we'll see what happens whenever we run the scenario this time. We'll save it, and once again launch, and we'll look, again, start server. Now I'm starting server just because you can actually be a client on the server. So development, select intro, and let's look at our game measures. Where's our enemy? Well, I always run in a console so you can see the error message here. We don't have a template, or it couldn't find the template. Well, we did have a template. I know I typed that in. What's wrong with this picture? Well, you can open up the Starfighter's Lua, and you can look and see that there's the adder Mark V. So what's wrong? It's misspelled. It's a lowercase k in my sample, and when I put in the correct one, it should work just fine this time. So obviously case matters when you're putting in templates. So be sure you get the template exactly right. Oops. My habit is to maximize the size of this, and I forgot it gets chopped off whenever I'm recording a movie. So we'll try that again and give you the version that fits in the window. Again, start server, choose development, which is where we stuck our scenario, the intro, start scenario. Let's look at the game master screen. There it is. So we have an enemy. Let's see what this looks like when we're actually playing. Now, when I'm testing, I just take every console and okay, so let's back up so that we can shoot him. So I go to weapons, I select him, and we're shooting him. The thing is, he's not shooting back. Why is that? This is the adder Mark V, right? It's an enemy. Let's scan it to be sure. And yeah, he's Kraylor. He's almost dead. So his shields are down. Let's see if we can give him some gumption here before he dies. Select him. And he's dead. Why wasn't he doing anything? Well, the reason is that he was not given any orders. And if you don't give him any orders, he just does nothing. He's idle. So we'll give him some orders. The standard one is ordered roaming, which says just roam around and shoot stuff. So we give him that set of order. We save it. We run it. Again, start server. We're in development. We're going to the intro scenario. We start the scenario. Let's look at the game master screen. Yep, he's there. All right, so let's play as the Atlantis. Again, select all the consoles, start the game, unpause, and oh yeah, He's turning towards us. Oh, he's shooting us already. Oh, so we just got to kill this guy, right? So we select him. We're shooting him. Well, we want to be sure that we last. So let's run over to engineering and boost our front shields. And we go front shields. Set that up. Raise the power. He should go down here fairly soon. Make sure he is the adder, which I'm sure he is. I just like to, do stuff while I'm here. So we discovered that, yes, he is the adder. Look, his shields are down. His hull is going down. So he's dying pretty quickly, which is good. And this concludes our demonstration of a scenario that you can write yourself in about 5 minutes. And yes, we blow up the enemy. Hooray! We don't get any finalization screens here because we haven't put that in yet.